Have you ever wondered what it feels like to simply vanish into thin air, leaving your loved ones in a perpetual state of uncertainty and despair? Picture this. A young girl on the cusp of adulthood goes missing during a spring break trip, and for over a decade, no one knows where she went or what happened to her. This is the chilling case of Brittanee Drexel, a teenager who, like a wisp of smoke, disappeared without a trace one fateful night. 13 agonizing years later, pieces of the puzzle finally began to surface, revealing secrets that had been buried deep. Stay with me as we unravel the dark and haunting mystery of what really happened to Brittanee Drexel. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single detail of this spine-tingling tale. The first practice involves diving into who Brittanee Drexel really was. Born on October 7, 1991, Brittanee was a bright and spirited young girl from Rochester, New York. She was described by her friends and family as outgoing, fun-loving, and full of life. With her radiant blue eyes and a captivating smile, Brittanee had a personality that could light up any room. She was known for her love of soccer, a passion she pursued with relentless dedication. Her dream was to one day become a professional player, a testament to her determination and resilience. Brittanee also had a creative side, often spending her free time drawing and exploring fashion. Her friends spoke of her loyalty and kindness, recalling how she was always there to lend a helping hand or a listening ear. In the days leading up to her disappearance, Brittanee was just a typical 17-year-old with big dreams and a bright future ahead. The stark contrast between her joyful existence and the grim mystery that enveloped her story makes the tale even more heart-wrenching. The second practice involves recounting the very day Brittanee Drexel vanished, a day that began like any other but took a sinister turn as the hours wore on. It was April 25, 2009, a typical sunny day in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Brittanee had decided to go on a spontaneous spring break trip with some friends without her parents' knowledge. The promise of sun, sand, and carefree fun was irresistible for a 17-year-old looking to enjoy her last moments of high school freedom. The group checked into a hotel, and as the day unfolded, they strolled along the bustling Ocean Boulevard, the heart of Myrtle Beach. The beach was alive with the sounds of laughter, waves crashing, and seagulls cawing. Brittanee spent her afternoon basking in the sun, dipping her toes in the water and capturing moments on her camera. But as the sun began to set, an unsettling vibe crept in. Around 8 p.m., Brittanee decided to leave her group to visit a friend staying at another hotel. She texted her boyfriend, reassuring him that she would be back soon. Little did anyone know that this would be her last known communication. As the night deepened, her friends began to worry when she didn't return, and their calls went unanswered. The vibrant energy of Myrtle Beach suddenly felt overshadowed by an eerie silence. The hours ticked by, and a sense of dread replaced the initial concern. Panic set in as the realization hit Brittanee was missing. The friends alerted the authorities, who launched a search, scouring the beach, hotels, and surrounding areas. Despite their efforts, there was no trace of her. Brittanee Drexel had vanished, leaving behind only fragments of her last known movements and a sea of unanswered questions. The third practice involves highlighting the initial search and the community's reaction to Brittanee Drexel's disappearance. As news of her vanishing spread, the community was plunged into a state of shock and disbelief. Myrtle Beach, a place known for its vibrant, carefree atmosphere, was suddenly shrouded in a sense of fear and urgency. Local law enforcement quickly ramped up their efforts, deploying search teams to comb the coastline, nearby woods, and urban areas. Helicopters hovered above while officers scoured the ground, hoping to find any clue that could lead them to Brittanee. The community banded together in an extraordinary show of solidarity. Volunteers from all walks of life joined the search efforts, distributing flyers, organizing search parties, and combing through every possible lead. Candlelight vigils were held, with hundreds gathering to pray for her safe return, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of the flames in the night. Brittanee's family, frantic with worry, made public pleas for information, their voices cracking under the weight of their anguish. Social media buzzed with activity as people shared her photo and details, hoping to cast a wider net in the digital age. The hashtag #FindBrittany trended, and the story caught the attention of national news outlets, bringing even more awareness to the case. Despite the extensive search operations and the community's relentless efforts, days turned into weeks with no sign of Brittanee. The sheer emptiness of the leads was a harsh contrast to the relentless energy poured into finding her. This collective endeavor, marked by hope and heartbreak, underscored how deeply Brittanee's disappearance had affected everyone. It was not just a search for one missing girl, but a poignant reminder of how fragile and precious life can be. The community's reaction reflected a profound sense of connection and the desperate need to bring one of their own back home. The early theories and speculations surrounding Brittanee Drexel's case were as numerous as they were varied. As days turned into weeks with no concrete leads, the absence of substantial evidence left the investigators and the public to grapple with endless possibilities. One prominent theory was that Brittanee had fallen victim to human trafficking. This was not an uncommon fear in cases involving young women who disappear without a trace, especially in tourist-heavy areas like Myrtle Beach. The notion that someone had abducted her for such a dark purpose sent chills through the community, with many residents now viewing their once safe surroundings with a heightened sense of vigilance. Another speculation that gained traction was the idea of a possible runaway scenario. Some thought that perhaps the pressures of teenage life and the desire for a fresh start had driven Brittanee to leave of her own accord. However, those who knew her well found this hard to believe, pointing out her strong ties to family and friends and her unwavering commitment to her dreams. This theory, while plausible to some, failed to resonate deeply given Brittanee's well-documented love for her home and her plans for the future. The authorities also considered the possibility of an accident. With Brittanee last seen near the beach, some speculated she might have wandered off and encountered a tragic mishap, such as falling into the water or injuring herself in an isolated area. Yet, extensive searches turned up nothing, making this theory seem increasingly unlikely as time went on. Among the more sinister speculations was the idea that Brittanee had encountered foul play. This theory suggested that she might have been in the wrong place at the wrong time, crossing paths with individuals with harmful intentions. Various persons of interest were questioned, and rumors swirled about possible connections to local criminals or visitors to the area during spring break. However, without solid evidence, these leads often resulted in dead ends, frustrating both the investigators and Brittanee's loved ones. Despite the myriad of theories, what remained consistent was the profound sense of loss and the desperate need for answers. Each speculation, whether hopeful or grim, reflected the community's struggle to comprehend the unfathomable and their relentless desire to uncover the truth. These early theories and speculations, while diverse, underscored one vital truth. The disappearance of Brittanee Drexel had left an indelible mark on all who heard her story, driving a collective pursuit of justice and closure. Eyewitness accounts can often shed new light on investigation, and in Brittanee Drexel's case, they added layers of intrigue and complexity to an already convoluted mystery. One of the most compelling accounts came from several people who reported seeing a young girl matching Brittanee's description near the Blue Water Resort, the hotel where she was last heading to visit a friend. These witnesses claimed they saw her walking alone, looking distracted and seemingly disoriented. While these sightings gave investigators a potential last point of contact, they also raised more questions than answers. Why was Brittanee alone? Was she trying to find her way back to her friends or looking for help? Another set of intriguing accounts came from a group of tourists who recalled seeing a girl resembling Brittanee in the company of an older man at a nearby convenience store. According to their descriptions, the man appeared to be in his late 30s and seemed overly attentive to the girl, igniting suspicions that he might have coerced or abducted her. Despite the detailed descriptions and subsequent police sketches, this lead, like so many others, eventually fizzled out without yielding any concrete evidence. Perhaps the most haunting eyewitness account came from a local fisherman who claimed he saw a girl being forcefully led into a boat late at night near the marina. The fisherman's account was chilling, describing how the girl looked terrified and was resisting as much as she could. This account led authorities to conduct extensive searches of the surrounding waters and nearby islands, yet no additional evidence was found to corroborate the story. These eyewitness accounts, while intriguing, only deepened the mystery, making it harder for investigators to piece together an accurate timeline of Brittanee's final movements. The varying reports painted a picture full of uncertainty and dread, leaving everyone grasping for the truth. Each sighting offered a glimmer of hope, but also highlighted the vast and frustrating gaps in the investigation. The conflicting nature of these accounts underscored the difficulty in differentiating between reliable leads and red herrings, further complicating an already heart-wrenching case. These eyewitness testimonies added to the sense of urgency and desperation felt by Brittanee's family and friends, who continued to cling to the hope that she might still be found. The mystery of Brittanee Drexel's disappearance was compounded by these accounts, each one a puzzle piece that didn't quite fit, yet essential in the relentless search for answers. The police investigations into Brittanee Drexel's disappearance were extensive and full of hurdles, reflecting the complexity and high stakes of the case. From the onset, local law enforcement, together with the FBI, worked tirelessly to trace Brittanee's last known movements. They scoured hours of surveillance footage from the area, hoping to catch a glimpse of her and any potential suspects. Despite their efforts, the footage provided few definitive clues, often blurred or obstructed, adding a layer of frustration to the investigation. Compiling and analyzing tips from the public became another monumental task. The flood of information, while valuable, also included countless red herrings that diverted critical resources and time. Each tip had to be meticulously verified, sifting through the plausible and the implausible, which slowed the overall progress of the investigation. One of the significant challenges faced by the police was the timing of the incident. Spring break brought an influx of tourists to Myrtle Beach, complicating the identification of potential witnesses and suspects who could have left the area soon after the incident. Tracking down these individuals required extensive coordination across jurisdictions, further straining the investigative resources. Additionally, the lack of physical evidence posed a huge obstacle. Despite thorough searches of the beach, nearby woods, and other areas mentioned in tips or eyewitness accounts, no significant evidence was found to lead them to Brittanee. The absence of concrete clues meant the investigation relied heavily on circumstantial evidence, making it difficult to build a solid case. As the days turned into months and then years, the case grew colder and leads became scarcer. However, the authorities remained steadfast in their pursuit for answers. They conducted several rounds of re-interviews with key individuals, hoping to uncover inconsistencies or new insights that might have been overlooked initially. The complexities escalated when various persons of interest emerged, each with potential motives but insufficient proof to link them directly to Brittanee's disappearance. Some suspects were questioned multiple times, but without concrete evidence, no arrests could be made. The investigators faced the immense pressure of needing to solve the case while managing public expectations and the emotional toll on Brittanee's family. This relentless pursuit, despite the numerous challenges, demonstrated a deep commitment to uncovering the truth and bringing closure to those affected by her disappearance. The police investigations were a testament to the perseverance and dedication required in solving such haunting cases, highlighting the many intricate layers of detective work and the harsh reality of dealing with an elusive and heart-wrenching mystery. The investigation into Brittanee Drexel's disappearance remains a stark reminder of the complexities and challenges inherent in such cases. Yet it also underscores the unwavering resolve of law enforcement and the community to seek justice for Brittanee and her family. The involvement of the FBI significantly expanded the scope of Brittanee Drexel's case, bringing a new level of resources and expertise to the investigation. As the days turned into weeks and local efforts seemed to hit a wall, the FBI's entry into the case marked a pivotal shift. With their vast array of tools and national reach, the FBI could pursue leads that extended beyond the local jurisdiction of Myrtle Beach. This expansion was crucial, given the transient nature of the spring break crowd who may have witnessed something important but had since dispersed. The FBI employed advanced technology to reanalyze data and surveillance footage, seeking hidden details that might have been initially overlooked. Their forensics experts also reviewed evidence with fresh eyes, applying cutting-edge techniques to extract potential clues. Their involvement wasn't just about resources, though. The FBI facilitated coordination among multiple law enforcement agencies, streamlining the sharing of information and enhancing overall efficiency. Special agents conducted in-depth interviews with persons of interest and potential witnesses across state lines, a task that would have been daunting for local authorities alone. The FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit also contributed by creating detailed profiles of potential suspects based on patterns and available information. This profiling helped narrow down the list of potential leads, focusing efforts more precisely. Additionally, they leveraged their extensive network to investigate possible connections to other similar cases across the country, looking for patterns that could link Brittanee's disappearance to wider criminal activities such as human trafficking rings. Their national and even international reach meant that no stone was left unturned. The FBI's entry into the case renewed public interest and media attention, keeping Brittanee's story in the national spotlight. This increased awareness brought in new tips and leads, some of which proved valuable in furthering the investigation. The collaboration between the FBI and local law enforcement demonstrated the power of combined efforts in tackling complex cases. While the sheer scale of the expanded investigation came with its own set of challenges, the infusion of federal resources and expertise provided a critical boost to the ongoing search for Brittanee. The involvement of the FBI underscored the seriousness of the case and the unwavering commitment to uncovering the truth, no matter how long it took or how far the investigation needed to reach. The first key suspect in Brittanee Drexel's disappearance was Raymond Moody, a registered sex offender with a notorious past. Moody had a criminal history that spanned several decades, including charges of abduction and rape. At the time of Brittanee's disappearance, he was living in Georgetown, South Carolina, not far from Myrtle Beach. His proximity to the area and his disturbing criminal record made him a person of significant interest. Investigators found it challenging to tie him directly to the case due to the lack of physical evidence, yet his background and location kept him under scrutiny for years. Next, we have Timothy Taylor, a name that surfaced years into the investigation, bringing with it a wave of new leads and media attention. Taylor's connection to the case was revealed through an FBI informant who claimed to have heard details about Brittanee's abduction and murder. According to the informant, Taylor had allegedly been involved in holding Brittanee against her will. This account led to a deeper investigation into Taylor's past and his possible connections to human trafficking rings in the area. The information, although alarming, still needed corroboration through solid evidence. Another suspect that emerged was John Doe No. 1, a pseudonym used by the FBI to protect the identity of a potential witness or suspect who had reportedly provided information implicating others in Brittanee's disappearance. This individual's testimony pointed towards a more organized and sinister network potentially involved in the case, suggesting that Brittanee might not have been a random target but rather selected by a group operating within the region. This lead, however, remained shrouded in mystery due to the protected status of the informant. Another figure of interest was Peter Brozovitz, one of Brittanee's acquaintances from the trip to Myrtle Beach. Brozovitz was reportedly one of the last people to see her alive. Although he cooperated with the investigation, his inconsistent statements and behavior raised suspicions. He claimed to have seen Brittanee leave the hotel, but his timeline and actions afterwards were scrutinized heavily by both law enforcement and the public. His party lifestyle and connections to various individuals in Myrtle Beach made him a controversial figure in the investigation. Finally, we considered Chad Drexel, Brittanee's father, who was initially looked at by investigators purely as a procedural step. Although there was never any formal accusation or strong evidence against him, the investigators thoroughly examined his background and alibi to ensure no stone was left unturned. This was a standard practice, and he was eventually ruled out as a suspect, but it caused considerable emotional strain on the family during an already distressing time. These suspects, with their varied backgrounds and degrees of connection to Brittanee Drexel, painted a complex and often frustrating picture for investigators. Each brought unique challenges to the investigation, complicating the efforts to uncover the truth. As the years went by, the focus on these individuals ebbed and flowed with the arrival of new evidence or tips, illustrating the difficulty and intricacy of solving such a haunting case. The pursuit of justice for Brittanee drove investigators to scrutinize these suspects repeatedly, a testament to their relentless commitment to finding answers. The twists and turns in the investigation over the years are marked by moments of hope, frustration, and relentless pursuit. In the early years following Brittanee's disappearance, the case experienced many ups and downs. One significant turn came in 2016 when an FBI informant came forward with disturbing new details. This individual claimed to have heard that Brittanee was abducted and held against her will before being killed. The informant's account led investigators to re-examine numerous aspects of the case, including revisiting persons of interest like Timothy Taylor. This revelation breathed new life into the investigation, prompting extensive searches in areas previously explored. Yet, despite the renewed efforts, concrete evidence remained elusive. The case took another twist in 2019, when authorities announced they had received new tips suggesting that Brittanee's remains might be located in a specific area of Georgetown County. Teams were dispatched and the community's hopes surged once again. The searches, however, did not yield any significant discoveries, adding to the growing sense of despair and confusion surrounding the case. The twists and turns weren't just about new leads, but also about the technological advancements in forensic science. Over the years, DNA testing and digital forensics evolved, allowing investigators to reanalyze old evidence with new methods. This ongoing reevaluation sometimes brought minor breakthroughs, such as identifying previously unnoticed patterns or connecting seemingly unrelated pieces of information. Public interest in the case also saw ebbs and flows, driven by media coverage and true crime documentaries that brought Brittanee's story to a wider audience. Each time the case re-entered the public eye, it often led to new tips and theories, both helpful and hindering the investigation. With each twist came a renewed sense of urgency, but also the risk of misinformation and false leads that complicated the search for truth. The twists and turns in the case weren't limited to physical searches or media coverage. Legal battles added another layer of complexity. Lawsuits and legal motions concerning access to information and the handling of evidence sometimes stalled progress, but also highlighted the intense scrutiny and high stakes involved. These legal maneuvers often reflected the community's desperation for closure and accountability. One of the most emotional twists came in 2021, when Brittanee's family held a press conference to mark over a decade since her disappearance. They expressed a mix of hope and heartache, acknowledging the tireless efforts of law enforcement while pleading for any new information. This moment underscored the human toll of the investigation, the years of waiting, wondering, and wavering between hope and despair. As the investigation stretched into its second decade, the commitment to finding answers never waned. Each twist and turn, whether a promising lead or a frustrating dead end, added layers to the narrative of Brittanee Drexel's case. It became a poignant reminder of the complexities involved in solving such a haunting mystery and the enduring impact on all those who continue to seek justice for Brittanee. The remarkable resilience of Brittanee's family and their unwavering search for answers stands as a testament to the strength of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable tragedy. From the moment Brittanee vanished, her family has been a beacon of hope and determination, tirelessly advocating for her return and seeking justice. Her mother, Dawn Drexel, has been particularly vocal, channeling her grief into a relentless pursuit of the truth. Despite the emotional toll, Dawn has consistently reached out to the public, media, and law enforcement, making sure Brittanee's case never faded from public memory. Dawn's resilience was evident in her countless interviews and public appearances, each one a heartfelt plea to keep Brittanee's story alive. She has worked closely with various organizations dedicated to missing persons, leveraging their platforms to amplify Brittanee's case. Her efforts have not only kept the search for Brittanee active, but have also brought hope to other families in similar situations, showing them that they are not alone in their struggles. Brittanee's father, Chad Drexel, although initially scrutinized, has also demonstrated immense resilience. He has been present at numerous events and searches, maintaining a steadfast commitment to finding his daughter. His participation in the investigation, despite the emotional strain, highlights the unyielding bond between a father and his child. The family's strength is further illustrated by their engagement with law enforcement. They have maintained a collaborative relationship with the authorities, understanding that trust and cooperation are crucial to unraveling the mystery. Even when faced with setbacks and the frustrating lack of concrete evidence, they have continued to support and work alongside the investigators, forever hopeful that a breakthrough will come. Social media has played a significant role in their journey. The family has harnessed the power of digital platforms to spread awareness, share updates, and rally community support. Campaigns and hashtags have kept Brittanee's story in the public eye, reminding everyone that the search is far from over. Their constant online presence serves as a virtual vigil, a space where the community can come together to offer support and share any information that might aid the investigation. The resilience of Brittanee's family extends beyond their own actions. It has inspired a broader movement of support. Friends, strangers, and volunteers have joined their cause, forming a network of empathy and solidarity. Candlelight vigils, fundraising events, and awareness campaigns have all been part of this collective effort, each act of kindness reinforcing the family's resolve. Brittanee's siblings have also shown incredible strength, growing up in the shadow of this tragedy, yet continuing to support the search for their sister. Their lives, forever altered, reflect the lasting impact of Brittanee's disappearance on the entire family. In facing such profound loss, they have learned to balance their grief with the hope of one day finding closure. The resilience of Brittanee's family is a powerful reminder of the enduring power of love and the desperate need for answers. Their unwavering determination has kept the flame of hope burning brightly, a beacon in the darkest of times. Their journey, marked by heartbreaking lows and moments of renewed hope, underscores the profound impact of Brittanee's story on all who follow it. The family's perseverance serves as an enduring inspiration, a testament to the relentless pursuit of justice and the unwavering hope that one day the mystery will be solved. This remarkable resilience continues to drive the collective effort to find Brittanee and bring her home, a journey that has touched countless lives and united a community in a shared mission for truth and closure. The concept of frozen time in missing persons cases is a haunting and poignant phenomenon, perfectly illustrated by Brittanee Drexel's disappearance. When a person vanishes, especially under mysterious or suspicious circumstances, time seems to halt for their loved ones and the community. In Brittanee's case, this sense of frozen time began on April 25, 2009, the day she disappeared. For her family and friends, life was abruptly divided into before and after Brittanee went missing. Each passing day without answers only deepened the sense of time standing still. The world around them continued to turn. People went about their lives, but for those closest to Brittanee, everything remained stuck in that dreadful moment. This feeling of suspended time is marked by an unrelenting cycle of hope and despair. Every new lead, every piece of potential evidence, brings a fleeting glimmer of hope that is quickly overshadowed by the crushing weight of continued uncertainty. Birthdays, holidays, and milestones pass, but they are all tinged with an unbearable sense of incompleteness. For Brittanee's family, each of these occasions is a reminder of her absence, a painful echo of the day she disappeared. It is as if they are living in a perpetual state of waiting, caught in a temporal limbo that prevents full healing or moving forward. In the broader community, the sense of frozen time manifests as a persistent collective memory. Brittanee's face remains familiar, her story a lingering presence in the hearts of those who followed her case. While new events and concerns arise, the unresolved nature of her disappearance keeps her memory anchored in the collective consciousness. This enduring connection underscores the impact of her case and the communal desire for resolution. The phenomenon of frozen time in missing persons cases highlights not only the emotional toll, but also the psychological strain on the families left behind. The Drexel family's experience is a vivid example of how the passage of time without closure can feel both painfully slow and eerily rapid. Days blend into weeks, months, and years, each one stretching the emotional endurance of those waiting for answers. This relentless anticipation can be mentally exhausting, leading to a state of chronic stress and unresolved grief. Understanding the concept of frozen time helps us empathize with the families of missing persons, recognizing the unique and profound challenges they face. Brittanee's case serves as a powerful reminder of this phenomenon, illustrating the depth of emotional and psychological impact that such a tragedy can have. It is a testament to the resilience required to endure this form of emotional stasis, hoping for the day when time can finally move forward once again with answers and closure. The impact of modern technology on the case, including advances in forensic science, has been significant. Technological advancements have revolutionized the way investigations are conducted, offering new tools and methods to uncover truths that were previously beyond reach. In Brittanee Drexel's case, these advancements have played a pivotal role in keeping the investigation alive and providing new avenues for potential breakthroughs. One of the key areas where technology has made a difference is in the realm of digital forensics. The ability to analyze digital footprints such as phone records, social media activity, and surveillance footage has provided investigators with crucial insights into Brittanee's last known movements. Enhanced software and algorithms have allowed for the re-examination of old footage, revealing details that may have been missed during the initial investigation. This reanalysis has helped create a more comprehensive timeline and identify potential suspects or witnesses. Another significant advancement is the improvement in DNA testing. Over the years, techniques have become more sensitive and accurate, allowing for the analysis of smaller and more degraded samples. In Brittanee's case, any new evidence uncovered can be subjected to these advanced methods, increasing the chances of identifying unknown DNA or confirming the presence of known suspects. The use of genealogical databases has also emerged as a powerful tool. By cross-referencing DNA samples with publicly available genetic information, investigators can potentially identify relatives of unknown suspects, narrowing down their search and providing new leads. This approach has been instrumental in solving many cold cases and holds promise for Brittanee's case as well. satellite imagery, and geographic information systems (GIS) have also contributed to the investigation. These technologies enable the detailed mapping and analysis of areas of interest, helping to identify locations that may warrant further searches. They can also track environmental changes over time, which can be crucial in understanding how a body or evidence might have been concealed or moved. Additionally, advancements in communication technology have facilitated better coordination and information sharing among law enforcement agencies. With secure databases and instant communication channels, investigators can share updates and findings more efficiently, ensuring that all relevant parties are informed and can act swiftly on new leads. The ability to crowdsource information through social media and online platforms has also broadened the scope of the investigation. Public appeals and digital campaigns have reached global audiences, eliciting tips and information from individuals who might have otherwise remained unaware or reluctant to come forward. This collective effort has kept Brittanee's story in the public eye and continuously generated new leads. Finally, artificial intelligence and machine learning are becoming increasingly integral to modern investigations. These technologies can sift through vast amounts of data, identifying patterns and connections that humans might overlook. By analyzing behavioral patterns, communication networks, and other relevant data, AI can provide valuable insights that guide investigators toward viable leads. In summary, the impact of modern technology on Brittanee Drexel's case has been profound. Advances in forensic science and digital tools have continuously breathed new life into the investigation, offering hope that the truth may still be uncovered. As technology continues to evolve, it holds the potential to finally bring answers and closure to Brittanee's family and all those who have been touched by her story. The significant breakthrough that occurred 13 years later reignited hope in Brittanee's case. It was in May 2022 when authorities made an astonishing announcement. They had finally identified a key suspect whose confession unraveled the mystery that had haunted so many for over a decade. Raymond Moody, a name already familiar to those following the case, was officially charged with Brittanee Drexel's kidnapping and murder. This breakthrough came after Moody confessed to abducting Brittanee, taking advantage of the renewed efforts and advanced forensic analyses that had been ongoing. Moody's confession provided crucial details that aligned with previously gathered evidence, painting a clearer picture of Brittanee's final moments. According to Moody, he had spotted Brittanee walking alone and, driven by his sinister motives, coerced her into his vehicle. He then took her to a secluded area in Georgetown County, where the unimaginable tragedy unfolded. This admission not only corroborated certain eyewitness accounts, but also brought closure to several speculative theories about what had happened to Brittanee. The search for Brittanee's remains was intensified following the confession, focusing on precise locations mentioned by Moody. This renewed search yielded critical findings, including remains that were confirmed through DNA testing to be Brittanee's. This tragic yet pivotal discovery provided the Drexel family with the painful confirmation of Brittanee's fate, but also ended years of torturous uncertainty. The breakthrough was made possible by the tireless efforts of law enforcement agencies, advances in technology, and the relentless pursuit of justice by Brittanee's family and community. The re-examination of old evidence with advanced methods, coupled with persistent investigative work, eventually led to Moody being cornered and admitting his crimes. The news of this breakthrough spread rapidly, evoking a mix of sorrow and relief among those who had followed Brittanee's story for years. While the revelation of her tragic end was heartbreaking, it also marked a significant step towards justice and closure. The Drexel family, while grappling with the pain of confirmation, expressed immense gratitude for the unwavering support and dedication of everyone involved in the search. This monumental breakthrough highlighted the importance of perseverance and the incredible impact of modern investigative techniques. It served as a stark reminder that no matter how much time passes, the relentless quest for truth can eventually bring long-awaited answers. For Brittanee's family and all who were touched by her story, this breakthrough was a bittersweet resolution, providing the clarity needed to finally begin the process of healing. The process of uncovering new evidence in Brittanee Drexel's case was a meticulous and multi-faceted endeavor, marked by the dedication and perseverance of law enforcement and advancements in technology. A significant part of this breakthrough can be attributed to the relentless re-examination of existing evidence using modern forensic techniques. One of the pivotal moments came when investigators decided to reanalyze surveillance footage from the night Brittanee disappeared. Enhanced video analysis technology allowed experts to sharpen previously blurred images, providing clearer visuals of Brittanee's last known movements. This led to a more accurate identification of the vehicles and individuals present in the area, bringing renewed focus on potential suspects, including Raymond Moody. Another crucial development was the use of advanced DNA testing methods. Over the years, forensic science had made significant strides, enabling the detection and analysis of smaller, more degraded samples. This proved invaluable in retesting items collected from early searches and potential crime scenes. The meticulous re-examination of these items led to the discovery of trace evidence that had previously gone undetected, connecting certain samples to Raymond Moody and validating suspicions about his involvement. Additionally, the integration of genealogy databases provided another breakthrough. By comparing DNA evidence from the crime scene with profiles in public and private genetic databases, investigators were able to identify potential familial connections. This approach significantly narrowed down the list of suspects and eventually pointed back to Moody. Furthermore, the relentless efforts of the investigators to follow up on every lead, no matter how old or seemingly insignificant, played a crucial role. Tips from the public, re-interviews with witnesses, and the examination of old case files were all part of this exhaustive process. One key tip came from an individual who had initially provided information years earlier, but whose account gained new credibility when paired with the latest forensic findings. This tip helped pinpoint specific locations tied to Moody, directing search efforts to new areas. The psychological pressure on Moody increased as law enforcement closed in. Realizing the net was tightening, Moody ultimately confessed, revealing details about Brittanee's abduction and murder. This confession included information about where he had disposed of her remains, leading authorities to the precise location in Georgetown County. Armed with this new knowledge, search teams conducted a targeted excavation and, with the aid of forensic archaeologists, unearthed remains that were later confirmed through DNA testing to belong to Brittanee Drexel. The combination of cutting-edge technology, unwavering investigative work, and the determination to revisit every aspect of the case culminated in the discovery of this critical evidence. This multifaceted approach demonstrated the power of modern forensic science and the importance of never giving up on seeking justice, no matter how much time has passed. The moment the family was informed about the new developments, the atmosphere was charged with an overwhelming mix of anticipation and dread. Dawn Drexel received the call she had been both longing for and fearing for over a decade. On the other end of the line, the voice of the investigator conveyed a gravity that Dawn immediately sensed. He asked if she could meet in person, a request that heightened her anxiety. Heart-pounding, Dawn gathered her strength and arranged to meet at the police station. As she arrived, accompanied by close family members, the weight of the past 13 years pressed heavily on her shoulders. They were ushered into a private room where familiar faces of the investigators, who had become like extended family over the years, sat solemnly. The lead investigator began to speak, his voice steady but softened with compassion. He explained that they had significant new developments in Brittanee's case. Dawn's breath caught in her throat as he detailed the recent breakthrough involving Raymond Moody's confession. Hearing the name, Dawn's heart sank, the years of uncertainty now converging into this moment of painful clarity. the investigator recounted how Moody admitted to abducting Brittanee, offering detailed accounts that aligned with previously gathered evidence. As the words flowed, a mixture of sorrow and relief washed over Dawn and her family. The investigator then spoke of the discovery of remains in Georgetown County, confirming through DNA testing that they belonged to Brittanee. The room fell silent, the weight of the revelation settling in. Tears flowed freely as the family clung to each other, processing the bittersweet news that while Brittanee's fate was tragically sealed, the agonizing uncertainty had finally ended. Dawn's strength and resilience were evident as she expressed gratitude to the investigators, acknowledging their tireless efforts and unwavering dedication. Amidst the heartache, there was a sense of closure, a small but vital step towards healing. The family's journey, marked by relentless hope and profound loss, had reached a pivotal moment. They now knew the truth about what had happened to Brittanee, and though the pain was immense, the path to justice had become clearer. The intense media coverage following the breakthrough in Brittanee Drexel's case was both immediate and extensive. News outlets nationwide erupted with headlines announcing the major development that had gripped the public's attention for over a decade. Broadcasts on television, radio, and digital platforms quickly pivoted to cover the story, highlighting the arrest and confession of Raymond Moody and the subsequent discovery of Brittanee's remains. The press conferences held by law enforcement were packed with journalists eager to capture every detail. Microphones and cameras focused on the officials who recounted the painstaking journey leading to the breakthrough. Reporters scrambled to relay the emotional responses of Brittanee's family, broadcasting their mixed feelings of sorrow and relief to a wide audience. Social media platforms were ablaze with activity as hashtags related to Brittanee's case trended once again. The community of supporters, true crime enthusiasts, and those touched by Brittanee's story shared the news along with heartfelt messages of support for her family. The renewed media interest also revisited the chronology of Brittanee's disappearance, re-examining the key moments from the initial investigation to the present day. True crime podcasts dedicated special episodes to delve into the case, analyzing the new information and reflecting on the long journey to this point. Documentaries and news special features were quickly updated to include the latest developments, ensuring the public remained informed about the case's resolution. Interviews with former investigators, forensic experts, and criminal psychologists provided in-depth analysis of Moody's confession, the investigative techniques that led to the breakthrough, and the broader implications for similar cold cases. The extensive media coverage served not only to inform but also to remind everyone of the tireless efforts of Brittanee's family and law enforcement. This heightened visibility underscored the community's solidarity and the importance of perseverance in seeking justice. The media's role in maintaining public interest was crucial in keeping Brittanee's story alive, ensuring that, even in the face of heart-wrenching news, her legacy would continue to inspire hope and resilience. Breaking down the puzzle pieces that were put together after 13 years, we see a meticulous and persistent effort by law enforcement, combining both old and new technologies to finally illuminate the dark corners of Brittanee Drexel's case. The first piece was the re-examination of surveillance footage, which, with enhanced digital technology, revealed clearer images of the area surrounding her last known whereabouts. These sharpened visuals provided valuable timelines and helped identify vehicles and individuals previously missed, ultimately leading to Raymond Moody. Another crucial piece was the advancement in DNA testing. Early on, investigators had collected numerous samples, but it was the improved sensitivity and accuracy of modern DNA techniques that allowed for the detection of traces that linked directly to Moody. The retesting of these samples provided the concrete evidence needed to place him at the scene. Integrating genealogical databases became another vital piece. By cross-referencing DNA evidence with public and private genetic information, investigators could identify familial connections, significantly narrowing down the list of suspects and pointing decisively towards Moody. Public tips and re-interviews with witnesses played a critical role as well. Over the years, new information surfaced, often from people who had initially shared seemingly minor details. Yet, in the light of new forensic findings, these tips gained credibility and provided fresh leads. One particularly significant tip came from an individual whose early account, when paired with forensic evidence, pinpointed specific locations tied to Moody. The psychological pressure mounted on Moody eventually became a decisive piece. As the net tightened around him, the persistent and detailed questioning by law enforcement led to his confession. Moody's admittance provided the final, vital details of Brittanee's abduction and murder, filling in gaps and corroborating previously gathered evidence. With his confession, search efforts were directed to exact locations in Georgetown County. This renewed focus, coupled with forensic archaeologists' expertise, led to the excavation and identification of Brittanee's remains, offering the heartbreaking yet essential confirmation of her fate. All these pieces, when assembled, created a comprehensive picture of what happened to Brittanee Drexel. They demonstrated the power of modern forensic science, the importance of revisiting old evidence with new tools, and the relentless pursuit of justice by her family and investigators. These combined efforts turned the long, elusive mystery into a solvable case, bringing much-needed answers and closure to a community and a family that had waited far too long. Discussing the emotional roller coaster for Brittanee's loved ones, it's essential to grasp the depth of their journey through hope, despair, and every emotion in between. In the initial days following Brittanee's disappearance, her family's emotions were a chaotic whirlwind. There was the initial shock and disbelief, a sense of denial. How could something like this happen to their vibrant, spirited Brittanee? This quickly shifted to a frantic urgency as they mobilized search efforts, clung to hope, and faced sleepless nights wondering where she could be. As days turned into weeks, the relentless cycle of hope and heartbreak intensified. Each new lead or tip brought a glimmer of hope, only to be dashed when it led to another dead end. The emotional toll of this roller coaster was immense. For Dawn Drexel, Brittanee's mother, every day without answers was a painful reminder of her daughter's absence. The constant media attention, while necessary for keeping Brittanee's case in the spotlight, also meant reliving the trauma repeatedly, an emotional tug of war between needing the exposure and dreading the pain it brought. The anniversaries of Brittanee's disappearance were particularly excruciating. Each passing year, marked by vigils and renewed public interest, was a stark reminder of the time lost and the unanswered questions that still haunted them. These moments were a blend of sorrow for the years without Brittanee and a faint hope that maybe this year would bring the answers they so desperately sought. When new developments in the case emerged, like the suspect confessions or the discovery of remains, the emotional landscape shifted wildly. There was a mix of sorrow and relief upon these revelations. Knowing Brittanee's fate brought a painful closure, yet it also ended the relentless uncertainty that had plagued them for so long. The confirmation of her death was a heart-wrenching blow, but it was also a vital step towards healing. Throughout this journey, the emotional support from the community played a crucial role. Friends, neighbors, and even strangers who were touched by Brittanee's story provided a network of empathy and strength. This collective support was a lifeline, offering comfort and solidarity as Brittanee's loved ones navigated the overwhelming waves of emotion. Brittanee's siblings faced their own emotional struggles, growing up in the shadow of her disappearance. Their lives were significantly impacted, filled with a mix of sibling love and the grief of not having Brittanee with them. Each milestone they reached was tinged with the memory of what Brittanee had lost. This emotional roller coaster has been a testament to the resilience and strength of Brittanee's family. Their unwavering determination to find answers despite the emotional toll has been inspiring. It highlights the profound impact Brittanee had on their lives and their relentless commitment to seeking justice for her. The journey through this emotional landscape has shown the depths of their love and the enduring power of hope in the face of unimaginable tragedy. The public's reaction to the case's sudden progress was a complex blend of shock, relief, sorrow, and renewed interest. For many who had followed Brittanee's story from the beginning, the news of Raymond Moody's confession and the discovery of her remains was both a long-awaited breakthrough and a profoundly sad conclusion. Social media platforms were immediately filled with posts expressing a wide range of emotions. Many people shared their condolences with Brittanee's family, expressing their sorrow for their loss while also commending their incredible strength and perseverance over the years. Hashtags like Justice for Brittanee and Remember Brittanee trended, demonstrating the widespread impact of her story and the collective support from people around the world. The news reignited discussions about the importance of supporting families of missing persons and keeping these cases in the public eye. True crime communities and forums buzzed with renewed conversations, analyzing the developments and reflecting on the years of investigation that had led to this point. Podcasts and YouTube channels dedicated segments to dissecting the new information and what it meant for future investigations of similar cases. The community of Myrtle Beach, where Brittanee disappeared, experienced a significant emotional response. Local residents expressed a mixture of relief that the case had moved forward and sadness that their town had been the scene of such a tragic event. Candlelight vigils were once again held, with many attendees reflecting on the collective effort over the years to bring Brittanee home. These gatherings served not only as a tribute to Brittanee, but also as a reminder of the community's resilience and unity in the face of such a heartbreaking situation. Media outlets provided extensive coverage, bringing in experts to discuss the implications of the breakthrough. This coverage helped contextualize the progress in the investigation, giving the public a clearer understanding of the advancements in forensic science and the tireless work of law enforcement. Comment sections and social media threads were filled with discussions on the importance of technology in solving cold cases, with many people expressing hope that other long-standing mysteries might eventually see similar resolutions. Public reaction also included critical reflections on the investigation process. Some questioned why it had taken so long to reach this point, while others highlighted the challenges and complexities inherent in such cases. This discourse underscored the need for continual advancements in investigative methods and the importance of maintaining resources and support for ongoing investigations into missing persons. Brittanee's case also spurred conversations about safety and awareness, particularly for young people. Many social media posts and articles focused on the importance of vigilance and the need for better safety measures to protect individuals, especially in high-traffic tourist areas like Myrtle Beach. In summary, the public's reaction to the sudden progress in Brittanee Drexel's case was multifaceted and deeply emotional. It highlighted the enduring impact of her story on a wide audience, the importance of community support, and the crucial role of technology and persistence in seeking justice. This breakthrough not only brought closure for Brittanee's family and friends, but also reinforced the collective determination to prevent such tragedies in the future. Exploring the potential motives and scenarios behind Brittanee's disappearance, we find ourselves navigating through a labyrinth of unsettling possibilities. One of the most chilling motives is the dark shadow of human trafficking. Given the circumstances of Brittanee's disappearance spring break in a bustling tourist locale, this theory holds weight. Traffickers often prey on unsuspecting young people in crowded, chaotic environments, making it plausible that Brittanee could have been targeted. Her last known movements, walking alone in the evening, paint a grim picture of vulnerability that traffickers could exploit. Another scenario involves a random act of violence. Given that Myrtle Beach is a hotspot for revelry and sometimes rowdy crowds, it's possible that Brittanee had an unfortunate encounter with a predator. The fact that she was last seen near various hotels, bars, and other venues increases the likelihood that she could have crossed paths with someone with harmful intentions. The theory that she may have wandered off and met with an accident is another angle, though less sinister. Some speculated that she might have slipped or gotten lost and suffered an injury that left her incapacitated. However, the extensive searches turning up empty made this scenario seem less likely over time. We cannot overlook the potential for premeditated abduction by someone familiar with Brittanee. The possibility that she was coerced or lured by someone she might have trusted adds another layer of complexity. Questions arise about whether anyone in her circle had hidden motives, be it jealousy, obsession, or personal vendettas. Lastly, the involvement of individuals with criminal backgrounds like Raymond Moody brings a sinister clarity to the possible motives. Moody's history as a registered sex offender and his proximity to the area point towards a predatory act driven by dark compulsions. His eventual confession aligns with this scenario, confirming what many feared, that Brittanee was horrifically targeted by a predator with a history of violence. As we dissect these scenarios, what becomes evident is the sheer randomness and unpredictability that surrounds cases like Brittanee's. Each motive, whether rooted in trafficking, random violence, accident, or premeditated abduction, reflects the fragile line between safety and danger that can be crossed in an instant. Understanding these possibilities underscores the importance of constant vigilance and the relentless pursuit of justice for those who find themselves caught in such harrowing circumstances. The mystery of Brittanee Drexel's disappearance, while now partially resolved, continues to highlight the need for ongoing awareness and preventive measures to protect others from similar fates. Reflecting on the significance of closure in long-term mysteries, we find it to be an essential element for emotional and psychological healing. Closure offers a sense of finality and understanding, allowing families and communities to begin their healing process. For Brittanee Drexel's family, the revelation of her fate, although heartbreaking, provided the answers they had sought for over a decade. When unresolved, the torment of not knowing can be paralyzing, leaving loved ones in a perpetual state of limbo. This state makes it difficult to move forward, as every day feels like reliving the initial trauma of the disappearance. Closure helps to break this cycle, offering a foundation for rebuilding life around the loss. It doesn't erase the pain or the memories, but it transforms uncertainty into a defined tragedy which, paradoxically, can be easier to cope with. The certainty, however grim, allows for grief to process more naturally. It enables rituals of mourning which are a fundamental part of human healing. Funerals, memorials, and commemorations provide a structured way to channel grief and celebrate the life of the lost loved one. Beyond the personal sphere, closure in long-term mysteries also has a profound communal impact. When a case like Brittanee's is resolved, it reaffirms the value of collective efforts and the perseverance of law enforcement. It restores a sense of safety and justice within the community, demonstrating that no matter how much time passes, efforts to uncover the truth continue. This reassurance can help to rebuild trust in community protection systems, which often get shaken in the wake of prolonged unresolved cases. Closure also plays a critical role in the broader context of missing persons cases and criminal investigations. It underscores the importance of continuous technological advancements and relentless investigative efforts. Every solved case like Brittanee's serves as a beacon of hope for other families enduring similar heart-wrenching uncertainties. It inspires ongoing support from the public and resources dedicated to solving other cold cases. Yet, closure must be handled delicately, as it marks the beginning of a new chapter of grief and healing for the family. The Drexel family, for instance, now faces the challenge of integrating this painful reality into their lives. But with the truth unveiled, they can honor Brittanee's memory more fully, free from the shadow of unending questions. Closure, in the end, is a multifaceted construct. It's about finding peace amidst the turmoil, gaining answers to tormenting questions, and allowing the natural progression of grief and remembrance. For long-term mysteries, it represents the culmination of years of anguish, tireless searching, and the undying hope for truth. It redefines the narrative from one of unknown loss to a journey towards understanding and ultimately healing. Discussing the lessons learned from Brittanee Drexel's case and its broader implications, we find several key takeaways that extend beyond the immediate tragedy. First and foremost is the importance of vigilance and awareness, especially in high-traffic tourist areas. Brittanee's disappearance underscores the need for young people to remain cautious and stay with trusted companions, highlighting the critical role of personal safety measures. Another significant lesson is the power of community and technology in solving long-term cases. The relentless support from the public and the advancements in forensic science and digital tools were instrumental in bringing Brittanee's case to a resolution. This demonstrates that even in cases that seem to grow cold, renewed efforts and technological progress can yield breakthroughs. Brittanee's case also emphasizes the necessity of law enforcement persistence. The dedication of investigators over the years, despite numerous setbacks and challenges, is a testament to the unwavering commitment required to solve such complex cases. This persistence serves as an inspiration to other investigative teams handling similar cases, proving that perseverance can eventually uncover the truth. Additionally, the involvement of multiple law enforcement agencies and the coordination between local police and federal authorities illustrate the importance of collaboration in complex investigations. Brittanee's case benefited greatly from the combined efforts and resources, showcasing the effectiveness of a united approach in tackling challenging mysteries. For families of missing persons, Brittanee's story offers a poignant reminder of the power of resilience and advocacy. Her family's tireless efforts to keep the case in the public eye were crucial in maintaining momentum and ensuring that Brittanee's story remained a priority. This advocacy not only supported the investigation, but also provided a sense of hope and solidarity for other families in similar situations. The case also highlights the broader societal need for improved measures to protect individuals from predatory behavior. This includes not only personal vigilance but also enhanced public awareness campaigns and the implementation of safety protocols in vulnerable settings, such as popular tourist destinations. Brittanee's disappearance and the eventual resolution of her case serve as a stark reminder of the dangers that exist and the need for collective efforts to prevent such tragedies. In a broader context, the case underscores the importance of continuous advancements in forensic science. The evolving technology played a crucial role in re-examining old evidence and uncovering new leads. This progression highlights the need for ongoing investment in scientific research and development to aid law enforcement in solving cases that might otherwise remain unsolved. Lastly, Brittanee Drexel's story is a powerful reminder of the impact of human resilience and the enduring quest for justice. It illustrates that even in the face of immense challenges and prolonged uncertainty, the pursuit of truth and closure is a vital part of the healing process for both the victims' families and the community. The lessons from Brittanee's case extend far beyond the immediate tragedy, offering valuable insights and inspiring continued efforts to protect, support, and seek justice for those affected by similar circumstances. In summary, the practices of Stoicism not only provide a philosophical grounding, but also practical strategies that enhance personal resilience, concluding our exploration of Stoic principles. Brittanee Drexel's case is a haunting reminder of how life can change in an instant, leaving behind a shroud of mystery and heartache. Yet her story also illuminates the incredible power of perseverance, both from her family and the entire community involved in the search for answers. This journey of relentless pursuit, advanced technology, and unwavering hope underscores an important truth: we must never give up on our lost loved ones. Each effort, each shared story, and each technological advancement brings us closer to finding the truth and ultimately healing. As we wrap up this dark tale, let us remember the strength that can emerge from the deepest despair and the light that can shine through the darkest mysteries. It's a testament to the enduring human spirit and the collective power of hope. Keep your loved ones close, cherish each moment, and never stop believing that even in the most mysterious circumstances, answers and justice can prevail. Thank you for joining me in unraveling the mystery of Brittanee Drexel. If you found value in this story, please like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the mysteries that leave us pondering and searching for answers. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update, and let's continue this journey together.